What's going on, everybody? It's fragged out, swagged out, and you already know why I'm here. Look, if you caught my last video, you already know I told you I'm going to go through these Arabian Ouds. Number one, I've been asked so many times, and I think people thought I didn't have them, or well, because I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. But then another fragrance come in, and I get to that, and blah, blah, blah. You know how it goes. But here we are, Arabian Oud week. I might interrupt it with another fragrance during the week, but Arabian Oud, the fragrance I have today, I have been trying to get my hands on for such a long time because they don't sell it online anymore. If you know somebody in the Middle East, Kuwait, Dubai, whatever, they might be able to send it to you, and that's always a big, back. And then they had it in store in Tyson Corner in the DC area, Virginia area. I'm not from there, but they had it in store. And I just happened to have some good folks in the area, and they hit me up and were like, yo, they got it here. What you trying to do? And I threw that money their way, and they threw that fragrance this way. And I finally have my hands on Aseel. And Aseel has two versions. It's this one, the OG, and then they have this special edition. Now, currently, this is not online. The only way you can get it is if you actually find it in a brick and mortar. But here's what I find interesting. That on the website, it says, add to my wish list, right? So that doesn't sound like a fragrance is fully discontinued. Maybe they're reformulating. Maybe they're just taking their time to bring it. I don't know what the motivation is. And here's the thing. They do have the special edition. Maybe those units didn't move as fast, so they're holding this one back a little. But I've smelled the special edition. And to me, this one is a special edition. This is the one that does everything that I like out of an oud fragrance. So without further ado, let's talk about notes. So on the top, you're gonna get red berries, lychee, pineapple. In the heart, you're gonna get rose, almond, magnolia. In the base, you're gonna get patchouli, black vanilla, caramel, woody notes, and oud. Now, this is one of the few fragrances that I do say, you heard the notes, that's cool, forget the notes. Let the fragrance do what it's going to do, because this fragrance does not play by rules. It does not say, all right, we have red berries and lychee and pineapple on the top, so we open up with this bright, fruity, candy-like. None of that. This does what it wants to do, right? So let's talk about what it does do. And that atomizer is fire. And this bottle is just beautiful, man. Like, look at that. Yeah, that's one of the best bottles they have. One. They have really nice bottles. So for me, this fragrance, it takes those fruits that they're talking about, but it doesn't smell like fresh, bright fruit. To me, it comes off more in the boozy, fruity kind, like fermented fruit almost, like good fruits that are good, but they're leaning towards that fermentation where they're super ripe and giving off that kind of tart, almost alcohol, almost boozy kind of feel to it, which I love. To me, this gives off a great boozy kind of profile that it doesn't talk about. You're going to immediately start to get together with that kind of fruity booze thing in the top that is not a candy, not a fruit, not very light, not very bright. It's darker, it's heavier, especially because those base notes really come up early in the game. You're going to have that patchouli that's blended so well with that oud. I mean, man, in terms of wearable ouds that still are on the cusp of being animalic, but tame themselves and retain this nice, elegant, delicious feel, this one is it. That caramel and that vanilla give it that nice, almost gourmand, like you're smelling it and you're like, is this a gourmand fragrance? Is this an oud fragrance? Does this have boozy vibes to it? It's doing all these wonderful things. That patchouli, that earthy, almost chocolatey patchouli blended with that oud, and then that caramel over it, and that vanilla making it creamy, making it oudy, giving it a nice woody base, and then that kind of boozy scent that you get off the top. I respect anybody's opinion. I don't have to agree with it, though. Special edition is nice, but special edition is not beating this one. Not if you love oud, Not if you like dark, heavy, kind of, you know, that I'm the man fragrance. This is it. But, you know, special edition has its place. Maybe this is just more for the gray beards in the group. And guess what I am? I'm the old guy. It's okay. But this one right here, it's sexy. I'm telling you, this is the one. You get that caramel, you get that patchouli, that vanilla, that beautiful oud, that boozy vibe from the fruits up top. And I'm telling you, this is the one. Now, this right here, if it ever comes back in stock online, $250. Special edition is $300. And I might get it one day, but it wasn't a priority when this one was in the conversation. But put it on your wish list. Create an account with them, put it on your wish list, give them your email. It might come back out. And on top of that, there are people on eBay constantly trying to sell you decants. I would not buy a full bottle from anybody on eBay because it could be a dupe. And additionally, they're going to try to hit you over the head with a crazy price. It's not, I wouldn't do it. But I would buy a decant just to, you know, figure out what it smells like. So when Arabian Oud does restock, if they restock and they send you an email and tell you, hey, we're ready to sell this bad boy that Rico talked to you about a few months ago, you already know what it smells like and you're sure you want to buy it if that's the case. Listen, Arabian Oud is known for making great oud fragrances. This one is no exception, and it goes in a very delicious route. This is not for just the barnyard oud lovers. This is going to make a lot of people happy, and this can be that introduction into oud because it's not too heavy, it's not too animalic, but it does a lot of those great things that gourmand fragrances do, that boozy fragrances can do, and that nice woody fragrances do with a touch of dark oud that make it so sweet, so complete, so complex in how it develops on skin. This is a winner, one of the best ones out of the entire company. Now, I'm going to say that a lot during this week because the ones I own are the ones that I thought are the best ones. I would have way more, but I only own the favorite ones when I smelled them in store. And I have 2, 3 more, I believe. Those are my favorites. And there are other ones that are coming out and some that I did test that I may get my hand on in the future. But the ones that I have in this home right now are my favorites. And this one is up there like in the top 2, maybe top 2. I would say, you know, the day determines what I'm feeling. But on a cold day, monster, sexy beast. Probably more for the mature crowd, but man, just a beast. Okay, I'm going to stop hyping it up just in case people get upset that they can't buy it. I don't want to be that guy, right? I thought about, should I do this review since it's not readily available online? And then I remembered Steven from Adolescence had the Manhattan from Roja, and you couldn't get it anymore when he did the review. But he did it just to share the experience and just to let people know that, hey, if it ever comes back out, now you know what you're working with. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to take a page out of his book. Let the people know what's going on with this fire banger. When it comes back, definitely try to get your hands on it. That's all I have in terms of this amazing oud fragrance right here. If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and give me a like. If you have any questions, any comments, if you're like, yo, Rico described that terribly wrong, I got the real scoop. Go ahead and leave the real scoop in the comments. And if you have any suggestions, like I always say, leave them down there. I always read them. I always reply. And if nothing else, at least I give you a thumbs up and a heart if I don't really know how to reply to what you're saying. And lastly, if you are not subscribed to this channel, hook your boy up. Just press that button, maybe that notification. And when I talk about these fragrances that you obviously like, because you stood to this point, you will be let known. And you can enjoy that content when it is released. And this is going to be a busy week for me. So it might be a lot of stuff. So go ahead and hit all those things right now so you can be in school. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Fragged Out, Swagged Out, and I'm out.